The Dardanelles campaign commenced with an Allied naval bombardment of the outer forts of the Dardanelles defenses at 9:51 a.m. on 19 February 1915. By 5:30 p.m., when the firing ceased, little had been accomplished, but there remained a confidence that the Navy would ultimately be victorious. Over the next month, attempts were made to silence the outer, intermediate, and inner defenses of the Dardanelles through a series of naval bombardments, all of which failed in achieving the overall objective of enabling the fleet a safe passage into the Sea of Marmara. It was soon made clear to the British Naval Command, however, that long-range naval fire was inaccurate, especially when combined with the inadequate aerial spotting, which was not able to precisely report the fall of shot. Further, the Ottoman mobile howitzers and searchlights hindered operations against the intermediate and inner defenses, including the clearing of the minefields. Demolition parties were landed on both shores of the Dardanelles throughout this period to combat the threat, but were met with stiff opposition and made minimal impact. The naval attempt to force the Dardanelles culminated on 18 March, with the loss or destruction of 6 Allied warships during the failed attack on the Narrows. Concerned that the operation was beyond the means of the Navy, Vice Admiral John de Robeck, who had recently been appointed commander of the Eastern Mediterranean Squadron, EMS, decided to abandon any further single-service attempts and to prepare for a combined operation with the Army. General Sir Ian Hamilton, described by the German General Staff at the time as the world's most experienced soldier, had arrived in the theater just days beforehand as General Officer Commanding, GOC, Mediterranean Expeditionary Force, MEF, and after witnessing the failure of 18 March from on board HMS Queen Elizabeth, agreed that the Army was required to land on the Gallipoli Peninsula to assist the Navy. The subsequent land campaign, known as the Gallipoli Campaign, commenced at dawn on 25 April 1915. The Australian and New Zealand Army Corps, ANZAC, commanded by Lieutenant General Sir William Birdwood, landed on and around the small point of Ari Burhu, subsequently known as Anzac Cove. Birdwood's force, consisting of 2 infantry divisions, was given the task of holding the enemy within its vicinity from moving south to reinforce against the main thrust of the British landing at Cape Helles. To achieve this, the Anzac was to secure the precipitous hills that fronted it and thence press on across the peninsula to Mal Tepe, thereby splitting Ottoman defensive capabilities and severing Ottoman supply routes, which ran down the peninsula to Helles. Shortly after dawn, the British 29th Division, commanded by Major General Almer Hunter Weston, who had previously commanded the 11th Brigade on the N, and was known to all as an aggressive officer, or thruster, began landing at 5 separate beaches surrounding Cape Helles, codenamed S, V, W, X, Y. Despite being a smaller force than Birdwood's, it was Hunter Weston's regular Army division, albeit with no experience fighting as a formation, that was assigned the main objective, to seize the height of Achibaba, which overlooked the entire area, and to push forward to the Khalid Bar Plateau, thereby securing the tip of the Gallipoli Peninsula for future combined operations with the Navy.